Good evening, friends and Facebook family. How are you all doing? Hope all is well out there. This is Terry Moten in Victoria, Texas. However, I'm not in Victoria today. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to just share some information with you that I gleaned when I was at a conference this past weekend. I had the privilege to actually be at a conference with John Maxwell where he was teaching and sharing his wisdom. So if you know John C. Maxwell, you know that he is the guru of all gurus when it comes to leadership. And I was in absolute awe of all the information that he shared. But I have just one nugget today that I wanted to share with everybody, and hopefully it'll be something that you can take heart and something that you can start instilling in your life as well. And what I'm going to do over the coming weeks, I'm going to kind of expand upon the topic that I'm going to talk about just for a few minutes tonight. But John C. Maxwell shared a quote, and out of the hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes that he spoke to us and addressed us, there was tons of nuggets. But I think there was one very profound thing that he said. It was only 7 words, and those 7 words were, you can't go uphill with downhill habits. Again, he said, you can't go uphill with downhill habits. And I want you to think about that. And I've been kind of sitting on that since Saturday, just really thinking about how profound those 7 words are. And what I want you to do is really be able to personalize it and take in those words. So, I want you to say that, your name. So, Terry can't go uphill with downhill habits. And there were 3 things that I took from that I wanted to share. And over the coming weeks, or maybe coming over the next week or so, what I'm going to do is share some of the specific habits that I had and that I am working on breaking as well to make sure that my habits are helping me to go uphill. But the 3 things that really stood out is just the simplicity of it. A lot of times people will, say these big long quotes and use all these big, wordy words and all that sort of things, those SAT words. But those 7 words, you can't go uphill with downhill habits, was truly just very simple. And what I liked about it is that it's something that can be applied to absolutely every area of life. So, a lot of times you may hear, somebody share a piece of wisdom, or you may see a quote, and it's only applicable for one area of your life. But this is something that can absolutely be applied to anything. So again, you can't go uphill with downhill habits. So think about that personally. So anything in your personal life, if it's something that's, dragging you down, there's no way you're going to be able to overcome it to go uphill. That's also a quote that if you are a business owner, and especially I want to make sure that I'm really sending this out to the women that are out there. Ladies, please understand, this is something that many of us battle on a day-to-day basis, and we have to make a conscious choice about being able to make that uphill climb. And there is no way that we can do it with downhill habits. So whether it's in our personal life, whether it's in business, again, think about if you are a business owner, there's things that can distract you, things that pull you down. As soon as you're up in the morning or whatever point in time, you're running and gunning, not only dealing with family, dealing with business, but that's something that can be applied to business as well. Your business will not succeed. It's not if you have downhill habits that are pulling it down. Also think about that. It's something that's very profound when it comes to relationships. So, and I don't care what relationship it is. If it's a relationship with your significant other, if it's a relationship with your children, if it is a relationship with friends, family, co-workers, employees, it does not matter. That relationship will never be on an uphill climb if you yourself are contributing downhill habits to it. That's also something that's very important as well. That can also go to your relationship with your Creator, your relationship with God. Your relationship with God will never be on that uphill climb, never continue moving upwards to higher heights and deeper depths if you've got downhill habits that's pulling that relationship down. So again, so the first thing that I took out of that quote was it's just simple. It's very basic. It's very simple. It's easy to remember. It's 7 words. The second thing that I got out of the quote was it's a great self-check. And so, Terry, what do you mean by that? So what I mean is that anything that you do, you can apply those words to and check yourself. Kind of be that woman in the mirror, that man in the mirror, saying, is what I'm getting ready to do now, is that one of those downhill habits that's not going to help me be on that upward bound? If you are, whatever thought you are thinking, it's a great self-check. The thoughts that I have in my mind that are running through my head, and ladies, that's something that I'm actually going to be talking about quite a bit, kind of moving forward, is the self-talk, the mirror talk that we have. But, you can ask yourself, is what I'm thinking right now in this moment, is that something that is helping me progress forward and helping me move uphill? Or is that a negative thought? Is that a habit that I have of having those negative thoughts that's making me go downhill? So again, so number 2 is it's just a great self-check, and it can be used for anything. Like I said, whether it's something you're about to do, something you're about to say. That's one of the things now, unfortunately, fortunately or unfortunately, with social media, people have gone just, I think, wacko bananas in saying whatever they want to, where the filter just seems to be off. And it's not just on social media. They kind of take that into real life. And, you hear people say some crazy things, but this is a great self-check for you. Before I say this, is this something, again, that's going to be uplifting? Or is this something that's more of a downhill habit that I need to break? Again, the quote by John C. Maxwell is, you can't go uphill with downhill habits. Now, the third thing I got out of it, which I think is very key and very important, and again, women, ladies, I am talking to you, to everybody, but ladies, please take this in. That quote, you can't go uphill with downhill habits, not only is it simple, not only is it a self-check, but the third thing that I took from it is it's something you can pass on. That is a quote that you don't just have to keep that goodness for you. It's something you can share, and you need to share with others. That's something that can be shared with your children, because that's what I love about the simplicity of it. It hits everybody, and it can hit everybody exactly where they are. So regardless if it's a child, if it's a man, if it's a woman, if it's an adult, if it's a business owner, if it's a retiree, black, white, red, yellow, whether somebody has, 14 doctorate degrees or somebody has a 3rd grade education and can't read, that is a quote that everybody can understand. So number 3 is, again, it's something you can pass on. Don't just keep that piece of wisdom, is what I call it. Don't keep that piece of wisdom to yourself. It's a great foundational tool to share with children. I'm going to absolutely be working on that with Ayana. We have a great foundation for her, but that's something that she can ingrain in memory. That's something your children can ingrain. I can't go uphill with downhill habits. And the issue is sometimes as parents, you can't wait too long. You can't wait until they are in junior high and start talking to them about bad habits. This is absolutely a quote that you can start instilling in literally a toddler, a child that's, 3-4 years old. They can start grasping that, and you can start breaking it down for them. It's something that you can share with your significant other. It's something where, you all can talk about if you are, not in a great place, potentially with your relationship. You can say, hey, let's draw a line in the sand. Let's start over. let's understand that everything we do moving forward, for us to be able to go uphill, we got to take away those downhill habits. It's something that can be, again, you can share with coworkers. If you're a manager, if you are a business owner, it is absolutely excellent. Think about it, maybe at an upcoming staff meeting or something like that. Just spend some time talking about that quote. Again, John C. Maxwell, wish I could say that I could get credit for it, but John C. Maxwell said, you can't go uphill with downhill habits. And so again, it's something that can be used in the workplace, wherever you are, and it's something that meets people wherever they are. I know a lot of times we post things on Facebook, we'll go and, look up a quote of the day or something like that and want to share something that's inspiring. And it may not hit everybody. It may be a quote, a leadership quote or something like that that's geared more towards management or executives. So it doesn't hit everybody. It may be a quote that's geared more towards women empowerment, which, hey, I'm all about. But this quote, you can't go uphill with downhill habits, that can hit absolutely every person, from child to well into adult, retiree, business owner, you name it, across any socioeconomic status. That's a quote that it doesn't matter if it is Bill Gates, or if it is somebody that does not have anything from a material standpoint. That's a quote, again, that a piece of wisdom that I just got from the conference we had this weekend, where it was absolutely life-changing. And I can't wait to start sharing, more wisdom that I received that I'm starting to instill, again, from John C. Maxwell. So remember this, please, my ask of you, here's my ask. Do not go, if you're looking at this tonight, Wednesday night, don't go to bed without sharing that quote with somebody. Sit down and really think about it. One of the things that I'll ask is also, put it somewhere where you can see it. So if it's your screensaver on your computer, on your tablet, on your phone, if it's writing a sticky note and putting it on the mirror in the bathroom or your dresser mirror or putting it on the refrigerator, but it is a simplicity, a wisdom that I think if you really think about it, sit on it, and start to see how you can incorporate it in everyday life, I think it's something that'll make a huge difference as you start moving forward. We're getting ready to start winding down the third quarter, getting ready to go into fourth quarter from a business standpoint. So people are making all types of, getting ready to start making, their goals and their vision boards and their, 2018 plans and their 3-year, 5-year, 10-year plans. But keep this in mind and share it with somebody. Don't hold on to it. Give it away. Let somebody tonight know, or whenever you hear this, within 12 hours, share with somebody. Say, hey, I just heard something that I'm going to be working on for myself, and I just wanted to pass it on to you because it may be something that's helpful. Again, by John C. Maxwell, his quote was, you can't go uphill with downhill habits. And what I'm going to do is over the coming weeks, I'm going to be sharing with you some of those downhill habits that can bring us down, especially women. Again, I'm really going to be hitting on the women. So, but some of those habits that can bring us down, some habits that, thank the Lord, I've been able to break. Also, but some of those habits that I'm in the middle of working for breakthrough. So I by no means am where I ultimately want to be. But I do want to share my journey with you along the way. So just wanted to share, hopefully, what those words of wisdom, pass it on. Have a blessed night and look forward to talking to you soon, Facebook family. Bye-bye.